I'm going to try not to get emotional talking about this. If you gave up on music, but you never really let it go, I really encourage you to watch this video until the end. I'm a full-time music producer now, and this is what I do all day, every day, but it wasn't always this way. In fact, when I went full-time, I had a wife, a job, kids. I was busy, and it was later in my life, and I almost gave up on it. I almost did. And I don't want you to give up on it. Now, all this to say, I don't think you need to make money or to go full time in your music to still have this to be a very important part of your life. And in fact, I completely ignore that fact. I don't think that the money that you make from your music has anything to do with that being an important part of your life, right? Your children are a very important part of your life. Your family is a very important part of your life, but you don't make money in that area. In fact, actually, you spend a lot of money in that area, and it's one of the best parts of your life. So don't think in order for it to be an important thing or a priority in your life that it needs to make you money, or you just need to get rid of that entirely. I am so blessed to be able to do this now full time. But it wasn't until I actually changed my mindset around that where that was able to happen. So years ago, I was making a bunch of music and I was producing a whole bunch, and I had all the time in the world because I was in my 20s, early 20s, and I was just having a blast, right? And then I got married, full-time job, started having kids, and my calendar started getting full and fuller and fuller. Things started filling the calendar, and my time with music production always got pushed to the back burner because priorities, right? Family comes first, and bills have to be paid, right? We have to eat. And so, the job comes first. And so you have these priorities that start to stack up, but all of a sudden things just start to fill in your calendar. You're going here, you're going on vacation, you got this event going on, somebody needs you here, you're working overtime, there's another family thing going here, and all of a sudden it gets to the point where your calendar gets so full that music production gets pushed completely out. And I almost gave up on it because of this. And so I did for a little bit. But I tried to bury that part of me, but it was still breathing under the surface. Because the thing is, when you try to bury this part of you, it's still a part of you. And so what you've essentially done is you are suffocating a part of yourself. You can't just get rid of it entirely. If you've given up on music, but you've never really let it go, it's probably because you can't. It's a part of you. And so we need to not have this be the number one priority, right? Family is unbelievably important, and that stuff matters, right? But we need to make it fit in this season of our life. And if you're over 30 or over 40 and you're like thinking that it's too late, it's not too late. In fact, actually, it's the opposite. It's the perfect time to get back into this. We just need to know how. So eventually I couldn't get rid of the itch any longer, and I had to scratch it, and I started going back in. But what I did was I started treating music production like I was going to the movies. I planned it out. I knew when I was going to go. I knew what I was going to watch, what I was going to make, and I knew that I needed to go to the bathroom and grab drinks and put my phone on silent and just be completely prepared and tell the world no one can get a hold of me for 2 hours. And I did that once a week. 2 hours a week for most people can be found. I promise you, I'm a busy individual, and I found it. And so about 2 to 3 hours a week, I was dedicated completely to this. And I treated music production like I was going to the movies. I treated my art like it was a priority. Didn't have to be the number one priority, but it had to be a priority. I put it in the calendar. I was planning on doing this. I was very intentional with my time. And that's when things just went up for me. I needed consistency, purpose, a plan that fit this season of my life. And that's when I started making some side income. And for me personally, I wanted to go full time on this. But like I talked about earlier, I don't think that money has anything to do with music at all, to be honest. You make art whether someone pays you for it or not. That's art. If you're making art just to get paid, I don't believe that's art anymore. I don't believe so. But if you can make art and get paid from it, If you're going to make it anyway, it's a great win-win. So now is the best time. I went into this, went all in, and I like to say all in all the time. But the thing is, you don't need to go all in. I didn't go all in. I didn't quit my job and put my family in stress just to try to go all in on this thing. I built this from the ground up. I didn't go all in. I went in again. So if you've pushed music off, but it's still, you listen to a song on the radio and you go, man, I wish I would have made that. Don't suffocate that part of you. Be intentional and try to fit it in with your life. Be intentional. Produce music, make music like you're going to the movies. One of the things that really brought this up for me was a very good friend of mine, a mentor who was able to help me just clear out what mattered and what didn't. He said, you're doing a lot of stuff that is wasting time, and this is the stuff that matters. And I want to be that for somebody else. And so if you are a rock or metal producer, I'm taking 10 free calls. I want to listen to your music and I want to give you a plan. And then 10, that's it. Everybody else, I'll have a session breakdown for you guys to be able to watch. But the first 10 people that book the call, that's it. I want to talk with you. I want to encourage you. I want to listen to your music, and I want to see where you are and where you want to go. And I want to encourage you. I want to help you find that time. This really means a lot to you. I want to help you find that time. And I'll make sure that we get a plan. After 10, I'm sorry, I obviously can't do this for free for everybody. So everybody else, there is a session breakdown where I show you my entire session, and I'll make sure that that's in the description below as well. The reason I'm making this video is because I was recently working with one of my clients, and he went back into music again. He went from not even knowing how to record anything at all to making a song just about every other week. And he's using his life experience to just fuel his music. And I can hear the emotion and the energy behind what he's doing. It's so inspiring. And it really brought me back to when I went in again. I say all this to say, you don't need to go all in. You just need to go in again. Don't suffocate that part of you. Quit trying to bury it. Just try to get it to work with the current season of life that you're in right now. If you have kids and you have a full-time job and you're working 2 jobs, I get it. I get it, trust me. But you can make it happen. Be intentional. Treat it like a priority. It doesn't have to be the priority, but treat it like a priority. I hope this video inspired you. I really do. And I wish that I could send this video back in time to myself when I was in my early 20s. I think it would have eased a lot of pain and gave me clarity on where I need to go next. If you enjoyed this, a subscribe is always appreciated. I appreciate all of you guys, and I hope that I'm able to help somebody who was like me when I started. Now, as always, go create.